What is happening, my gurus? I hope everybody's having a good week. We are now on Thursday, and we are seeing the first signs of what could be the next move into the rally. So basically, what I want to do is I quickly just want to look at some of the charts here. I don't know why it's not moving. There we go. Let me just open this up here. We can just take a look. This is obviously the chart that I shared. I think it was yesterday or the day before, where I did a bit of a video analysis on. Sorry, I'm not too sure why it's lagging like it is. Hold on. Okay, I think so. It was just far down the chart. There we go. Cool. Let's bring this back into view here. So what we're going to do is just look at the daily time frame, have a look at what was happening here recently, what we are seeing now, and obviously what the causes are for that kind of the most recent move that we're seeing. Sorry for the lag. Got to put up with it a little bit. Okay, cool. So as we obviously identified in the previous sort of sideways market that we saw, which lasted around 62 days, so around 2 months of sideways action. This obviously happened post the cross here, which we're getting again, which is the cross over there. Now, the nice thing is that obviously the cross happened sort of halfway through the sideways market, which was over here, as you can see, when the 50-day moving average crossed over with the 200-day moving average. And obviously we're getting something similar over here, which is basically happening and showing the same thing. Now, the good news is that the second cross that we get, well, let's say the second cross, which is the one happening over here, is now happening what would have been halfway through. And you can sort of see the similar thing would have happened here. You can see how the second test created what would have probably given people a lot of elation and euphoria for a bullish move going upwards, only for it to sort of turn back down and come and do the third test. So I will be expecting something similar. I'll be expecting for it to go up here, euphoria, greed, liquidate the longs, come back down here, one final test before coming up. So that's pretty much all that needs to be looked at. And then obviously, again, just to talk about this death cross situation, it's a lagging indicator, which means that there needs to be data in order for this to be derived. And all the point in saying that is that at the end of the day, these things can be great for predictions, but they aren't always set in stone, and it's not always so cut and dry. So that's pretty much the main thing I wanted to cover today. Obviously, moving forward, we're going to be following the chart throughout the day. But here is something beautiful I want to show you guys. So as you can see at the bottom here, I've got this indicator called the market cipher. It's basically a number of correlations in the market, and it's a number of data points all put together and tracked real time over the market. What this allows us to do is look at multiple indicators all layered into one indicator, which provides really good analysis, good prediction models, and sort of good probabilities when it comes to dictating what might happen in the future or in the short or medium term, which is fantastic. It actually has worked with quite a lot of accuracy, and I want to show you where things get super, super, super interesting. So I'm going to just open up the market cipher here and just give you a layer of what we're looking at over here. This sort of crash here, this massive move down here was the May crash. This was obviously after the China ban and all of the FUD that came out of China, which then led to Elon Musk's tweet and the hash rate and all of that jazz that gave us sort of the May sideways market that lasted around 62 days. This was this period over here. If I'm not mistaken, actually could have even been this period over here. But I think it was the full 2 months. That was 62-day period, and then basically we're getting a sort of similar repeating pattern over here, which is around the same sort of time frame, which is incredible. Because the reason why I'm saying this is such an interesting indicator is because when you look at the bottom here, we got one of these sort of green upwards indicators before it actually started the major rally, which eventually led to us having sort of the all-time high, which was around here. And we are starting to see the same sort of indicators. So we're getting the first phase of the bullish indicator. I think once this sort of proves itself to go up, it could even come back down before us getting, sort of the major test. You can see that it did the same thing here. It curved like that, came back down, gave us super bullish indicator, which is actually this yellow dot over here before putting in the all-time high. So that's sort of where I'll be looking at the moment. Of course, Bitcoin's leading the market, so there isn't too much we can do outside of that. But the good news is that all we got to do is sit tight, see what happens from here, wait for that sort of retest, and then we should get a nice move upwards. So that's pretty much what's going to be happening here. We can actually just quickly look at the intraday chart before carrying on. And once again, I just want to say, I'm obviously just a reminder that I'm only charting Bitcoin simply because in these sideways, volatile markets, everything does follow the king basically, and there isn't too much that you can do about it. So the best thing is to either sit tight and just follow the charts, or you can get into obviously a little bit more of the degen game, whereby you are looking at yield farming and a lot of the staking protocols and sort of the deeper rabbit holes in DeFi, which is great. It's a great way to make money in these sideways markets as well. A little bit more risky, a little bit more research required, but that is pretty much the best way to look at it. I'm personally sitting tight. Obviously, we've got our trade open. I'll be looking at maybe adding a few more alt trades to ride it to the top here, which is this section over here. and then we'll ride the test down and back up again. So that's going to be an interesting play. I don't think I'll be shorting from this for that retest, but I will be keeping my eyes out for closing the trade up here, and then being obviously safe out and ready to dive back in when we do get the tests in these areas over here. So that's pretty much it for me for today. It's a short video. There isn't too much else to cover. In terms of the alts, you guys can obviously just let me know which alts you want me to chart in the group, and I'll do so with pleasure. If anybody has any questions, obviously just let me know. You can hit me up and I will answer them straight away. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. So have a good day, have a good week, and we'll do a weekly wrap up tomorrow. Maybe we can get into a guru session next week. But yeah, let me know if you guys are enjoying these videos. Please just hit the subscribe button and obviously like the vids. It helps it to get a little bit out there. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, let me know in the group.